Alright, doing a farm update. Probably not going to get a whole lot done this weekend. Didn't get hardly anything done yesterday, but it was my birthday, so I deserve a break, don't I? But anyway, I went to Springfield to check out a Tahoe. I think it was Tahoe. Not a Tahoe, a smaller one. Anyways, Tacoma. Toyota Tacoma. Saw a good deal. So I went and checked it out. Found out why it was such a good deal. The frame was rusted out. I mean, it was bad. I was afraid. I wasn't afraid to test drive it, but I was sort of afraid to test drive it. Had holes in the frame. I still test drove it, even though I was like, nah, I don't think I'm going to buy it. But I just, I wanted to test drive it just to kind of test drive it, And I liked it. Except the frame was rusted out. Hello, kitties. Ooh. I got two bastards. Those might be my last two motherfuckers. Sons of bitches. I might have thought I got you guys last weekend, but I'm definitely going to get you this weekend. Yeah. They stink. Make sure there ain't no more hanging out. Don't look like it. I came home to a dead cat yesterday. And it might have been because of these guys. I don't know. Get away. This one's got some red on it. It might be because it's still bleeding from last weekend. So I might have injured them, but I didn't kill them. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Whoa. Yeah. I think this one's the more aggressive one. Yeah, that one's bleeding. That one's probably the one that I shot in the belly. Watch out, cats. I don't want you guys to get hurt. Coons don't normally kill cats. But I understand they will. They normally kill your chickens, and that's why I want to get rid of them. Alright, I'm going to go air up my air gun and take these fuckers out. Hi, Smokey. Sorrel, be nice. Smokey. Smokey. It's okay, Smokey. It's okay, Smokey. Yeah. He don't come around very often. Yeah, it's okay. But he does still come around. He's getting big. You're getting big, yeah. Getting to be a big boy. He's not very aggressive. He's very shy and timid. Mimi, no. Be nice. I don't know why Mimi don't like him, but she's always chasing him off. Maybe he's not exactly a good bully, but he doesn't seem like he's a bad cat. But they know better than I do. I still give him attention when he comes around, but Mimi, she runs him off. Alright. Airing up the air gun. Oh, I forgot to put my goggles back on. So Sophie is bringing up her camper. So I don't gotta clean mine. I do gotta clean mine. But I got a reprieve. I guess you could say I got a little bit more time. Once I get that other container moved that David Ray was using, I'm gonna start moving my tools into it, my bigger tools. And equipment. Once I get Kaplinger fixed up and get that garage working, functional, then I'm gonna position this where you can see me airing up this gun, maybe. That might work. Once I get Kaplinger fixed up and functional, I'll move my car tools to Kaplinger. And this thing has a gauge on it too, so I'm almost to 1,000 pounds now. Anyways. Then I'll move the rest of the smaller tools into my mom's green shed. Then I have room for all my other stuff. In my other containers. And the container prices are coming down. So that since I didn't buy my Tacoma, I might cash out my stocks because I've got a couple grand in stocks. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to go back up. Once Bitcoin goes back up, I'm gonna cash it out. Even if it goes up to where I'm breaking even, it won't be a bad thing. I probably don't need more than 2,000 pounds. Because I'm not gonna be here tonight. 2,000 pounds will be good. Oh. Release the air pressure. Pop that thing off. Then I'll put the cap back on. So I actually got 2,500 pounds of pressure. I already used 3 rounds last weekend on the last video. Oh, let me get my magazines. Probably won't need them. There's my magazines. And that's Rochelle, probably calling to wish me a happy birthday because my birthday was yesterday. But I got some coons to kill. Got the safety on. There, she's calling this phone now because I got my phones forwarding to each other. Yeah, Smokey almost looks like a coon. Yeah, wants to take care of these coons. I'll feed the cats. Hello, punks. Look what I got. Shitty, shitty, bang, bang. I'm gonna kill the mean one first. Meaner one. This is the smart one. This is the one that I shot in the butt as it was jumping out the window. But I might have missed him. I didn't miss him this time. Alright, they're dead. That one took 2 shots, but I got him the second time. I'll go ahead and put this one out of its misery. So I didn't get this one good enough. Still struggling. If I shoot them in the lungs, they die quicker, I guess. Okay. I'm out. Alright. Seems a little cruel, but I don't want them to suffer too long. I'm gonna go ahead and take care of the cats. I'll go ahead and leave this gun here. If they're still alive when I get back. Kitty, kitty, kitty! I'll go ahead and change out the magazine. Put them out of their misery. Smokey! Kitty, kitty! Kitty, 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 kitty. But yeah, they potentially killed one of my cats this weekend, or this week. It had to have been yesterday before I came home because it looked like it was freshly dead. I don't know how it died, what it died from. I didn't thoroughly inspect it. Didn't really have time. I assume maybe a raccoon killed it, but I don't know. So, I don't know. It was a kitten. It wasn't a kitten. It was one of these orange ones, and they're tougher. It was healthy. It looked healthy, even though it was dead. So it didn't look like it died of like, dang spider webs. It didn't look like it died of ill health. But, you know, who knows? I don't know. Cats. Becca, I know Candy started it, but you typically start it, so see, just like that. No, bad girl. You be nice. Bad girl. Now, where was I? She ripped my shirt. You be nice. Now there was another thing there. Oh, maybe this was it. Oh, my mom might have moved it. Because my mom did come down to feed them the other day. Alright, where's the little pink one? Did my mom take it to Kaplinger? Probably. Alright. Callie looks like she's still doing pretty good. Put this up here. Might need to still give Callie some medicine. Callie's a tough cat. She's been injured a lot lately, and I think it's due to the coons, but I don't know what it is. Get your head out of there. Damn cats. Swirl's gotta make a mess because she gotta be the first one to get her food. Here, Candy. Candy. Me. Alright, let's check Callie's neck, see how she's doing. She's doing a lot better. Still gonna spray it though. Where's my spray? Here we go. She don't like the spray, but she'll get over it. None of them like the spray. It doesn't hurt them. I don't think it hurts. I got a wound. Let me try it on my wound. Doc Kramer says he uses it all the time on himself. Nah, it don't hurt. But it's water. They don't like water, so that's probably what it is. It's medicated water, but it's water. All right. Did I lock that up? Yeah. Shiner's got 2 or 3 babies around here somewhere. But yeah, it's like some people make a big deal that I got 30 cats from time to time. But, you know, I lose probably half of them to different things while I'm on the road. Predators, neglect, because David Ray, when he was here, he didn't take care of any of the animals. He would barely feed them. If they were sick, he would just let them die. He didn't care, you know. I wouldn't call it anarchy because anarchy has a bad rep. I'd call it more satanic because the Satanists believe that the strong prey on the weak, and if you're weak, you just die. You know, if you're too weak, you just die. They don't believe in taking care of the weak. And in a way, that's good, and in a way, that's bad. And I think David Ray has more of a satanic philosophy where he just lets the animals die. He doesn't take care of them. He doesn't do anything to help them unless his reputation is at stake. That being said, it's weird because it's like when I'm home and something was wrong with the goats, he would sometimes help me take care of them and try to help them. But when I was gone on the road, he would do pretty much nothing. And there was times whenever I was home, he would do pretty much nothing. So it was weird how sometimes he would act like he cared and he would do something. Well, this one's still alive. That one's not. No. I'll take the cages out to the dam. And if I have to, I'll put another bullet in them at that point. Then I'll come down with my gloves. Oh, I got gloves in my camper. For this reason. But anyways, he would randomly do things to show like he cared. But for the most part, he would not. And he would just let the animals die. He didn't really care. He cared about damn, I forgot her name. He cared about my mom's cat. And that's about it, really. I don't think he really cared about any of the other animals. If they get worms, he just let them die. If they got pink eye, he just let them die. He just didn't act like he cared. You know? He said he cares. He talks about... He goes around telling everybody this cock-a-bull story, how he specially bred these goats to be a certain way. A special breed of goats. He didn't do that. He just fucking just threw them in the mix and just let them do whatever. All of his male goats died because of worms. He claimed it was inbreeding, And so I went out and bought more goats. That was my mistake. But I believed his cock-a-bull story, right? But no, yeah, he said all of his goats died from inbreeding. So I bought more goats to change up the bloodline. And then my goats were dying because he wasn't taking care of them. It was getting worms. And they were dying. And then, but after my goats started dying, then, well, he couldn't use the inbreeding as an excuse why they were dying. So then he blamed me. He said, oh, you bought too many goats. We only had like 14, 17 goats. I don't remember exactly. But, you know, we got 15 acres here. You can put up to 10 goats per acre. We don't have any fencing. We let them out every day to go eat on probably a good 50 acres here or more, you know. Because at that time, none of the neighbors cared that the goats were on their property eating their grass. You know, it wasn't until this year that the neighbors actually cared, because Austin cared. He was kind of a pain in the butt. He would complain when the goats were on his property. But it's like, dude, you got cows. We got goats. Goats and cows eat different things. He's like, well, I don't put down special whatever to feed your goats. It's like, goats don't eat what cows eat. I mean, sometimes they do, but typically they don't eat what cows eat. And then he was worried that my goats were going to hurt his bulls. It's like, your bulls weigh like a couple 1,000 pounds. My goats weigh a couple 100. And my goats are not aggressive. And you're worried about my goats hurting your cows. That's funny. So anyway, or your bulls, right? But anyways, so we had like 50 or plus acres for them to go eat on. We just had 2 goat yards. We were supposed to have 3. But David never finished the 3rd goat yard, let alone the 2nd one. Is like, took me 3 years to get him to finish the 2nd goat yard. Then he never did the 3rd one. I bought all the materials. I even offered to pay him to do the job. He just wouldn't do it. And he was just lazy. But anyways, just in case I need it, I'll go ahead and change out the magazine right now. This is my bad boy right here. It's not the best gun in the world, but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I think I got all the coons. I think those 2 were my last 2. Well, this might work. Kitties. This black cat's a little scared of me still. I put a little bit of chicken food in there, so mix it up a little bit. That should be enough for the kittens. Actually, I'll leave that open, because when I do the goat food, I'll put a little bit in there for the kittens or cats. But anyways, yeah. So He goes around talking like he specially bred these goats to be a special breed of goats, which is a bunch of crap. And then he's going around lying to people, telling people that I sold his special goats that he specially bred. It's like, dude, you didn't specially do shit. Those are my goats, for one. And for two, you wouldn't even have any goats if it weren't for me. He only had 2 goats left. 3. 3 goats. No, he only had 2 goats left. If it weren't for me and my male goats that I bought, that he did not buy, that I bought special breed goats, not him, it was Kano. I bought these purebred goats, which he goes around telling everybody that I spent too much money on. It's like, oh yeah, Kano spent all these money on these goats. I could have got him cheaper goats. It's like, dude, I got 2 purebred male goats to breed your regular female goats. And you're complaining that I spent too much money. It's not really that he's complaining that I spent too much money. He's just trying to make himself look good. That's what it boils down to. Oh yeah, Kano doesn't know what he's doing. Kano don't know what he's talking about. Kano buys crappy food for the goats. Does this look like crappy food? So these here are these pellets, if you will. They're not really pellets, they're like string pellets. I don't know what you call them. But anyways, that, well, there's 2 different mixes in here. There's horse food, which horse food is like supposedly the highest quality food you can buy. So I got horse feed in here along with goat food, which the goat pellets are half oat and half alfalfa. And then, what else was in here? Can't remember what else was in here. Oh, corn, whole corn. Because the goats like the whole corn. The whole corn is probably the cheap stuff that's not got a lot of nutritional value. Maybe that's what he's talking about. But how much whole corn do you see in here? Not a lot, you know. I put 1 bag of whole corn in here to 1 bag of horse food to 1 bag of goat food. And that's what I typically do, you know. I change it up. I don't always buy them the exact same blend all the time. You know, sometimes I'll throw in some hog feed. Sometimes I'll throw in some sheep feed, which sheep and goat food is pretty much the same food anyways. But, you know, I change it up. And I got this herbal blend that I put in their food that I made. David didn't help me make it. I came up with it to help them keep their parasites down. Judas didn't help me come up with that at all. In fact, he refused to help me come up with it. It's like I said, it turned out. Okay, so rewinding. The goats were dying. I had no idea why, but he was telling me, oh, they're dying because they're too inbred. So I went out and bought more goats. Some were wethers. I bought this here's chicken food. And I got a little bit of dog food mixed in it, but here's the quality of chicken food that I buy. It's chicken scratch with granules. And in bird feed, and then I also buy extra. I put wild bird food in there, chicken scratch, the granules, crumbles. They call them crumbles. I call them granules. And then I buy extra black sunflower seed to put in there because that's good for them. And I will actually mix in a little bit of chicken food in the goat food to give the goats a little extra nutrients. Oops, I forgot to put the scooper in there. And then I'll also put a little bit of goat food in with the chicken food to add a little bit of nutrients. I also add in dog food, the cheap dog food, and with the chicken feed to give them extra nutrients as well. So this is already blended. So, but my brother gave me some stuff because my brother was working at a feed place, and so my brother brought me some stuff, which was oats and some other stuff. I don't know what all was in it, but that seed, that is from a seed plant to plant stuff that the goats would normally eat. And of course I planted some of that too in their yards. Then I put the rest in here. And the diatomaceous earth kills any bugs that might try to eat this food. So that's a good thing too. So right now I'm mixing all three together because I ain't got no chickens. And that's what I give the goat. Now the goat probably doesn't need the dog food, but the dog food is mostly grain anyways. So that might be the one. Excuse me, that diatomaceous earth is hard to breathe. It's not good to breathe. It's bad for the lungs. And it's bad for bugs. Bugs don't like it either. It'll kill them. But anyways, so that's what I'm doing for the goat. I only got one goat left. But anyways, back to the story. I keep getting off track. So, the goats were dying. He said they were inbred. I bought more goats. I bought some non-purebreds, and I bought some purebreds. I bought Smokey! I bought one female purebred and two male purebreds. Now, the non-purebreds, all the males were weathered, unfortunately. That's why I went to my friend who has the purebred goats and bought the purebred males. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. I would have just bought the non-purebreds. I wouldn't have spent the extra money. But the guy that I bought all of the non-purebreds from weathered all the males. So I like, well, crap, I still need males. So I went to my friend who had purebred Nigerians and got two males. I really only needed one, but I bought two. And they both came from different litters. And these were high quality goats. They were goats that had moon spots in their bloodline. And if you know anything about goats and moon spots, those are very valuable goats. Very valuable. Especially if you're doing purebreds. And I'm not sure which one of the eye colors is also unique and special, but one of them had that eye color that increased its value. And I got a really good deal on them. I got a damn good deal on them. So, you know, for a good male breeder buck, you know, you're looking at spending an arm and a leg. I spent $250 on these goats. Like I said, she was a friend of mine, you know, and generally speaking, nobody wants males. They want the females. So it depends on who you get with and how you get your goats, but how they market them and how badly they want to get rid of them, you know. So here I got two high quality goats for $250 each, right? $500 total. I could have spent $1,000 a piece on these goats, easy. You know, they were worth $1,000 a piece. And Judas let them die. David Ray let them die. And then, oh, and the female I got, I paid a little extra for her, but she gave me a good discount on her as well because she was a good mom. So she wanted a good home for her. This obviously wasn't it, but she thought it was. I thought it was. And she didn't have a very good milk bag. So she wasn't a very good show goat. And she wanted to call her because she wasn't. When you're doing purebred goats, you're doing show quality goats. And Paul, come on, Paul. We gotta go to the next yard. It's rotating time. Matt, come on, Paul. Anyway, so she wasn't as good a quality. So I got a discount on her as well because her bag, she was a good mom. She was a really good mom. But her bag was not show quality, and so she didn't want the offspring to have that defect in them. Paul, Matt, is he just like lethargic because it's morning, or is he sick? Let's go check him out. So if they act weird, that's a good sign that they're sick. But if it's early in the morning, they may not just be awake. That's why you're supposed to rotate your goats. Where David's got his goats now, he's not rotating them. They're gonna get sick and die here soon. Well, they're not just his goats. I got two goats over there that he stole from us. Looks like he's just not awake. Are you healthy? He looks fine. He won't let me get close enough to actually check him. Once I get that container moved up front, I'm going to build a corral for testing and medicating the goats. Keep going. We're going in that yard now. He likes that spot. Come here, Paul. He's healthy. Come on, Paul. Paul. He's looking for his food in his goat house. I need to finish the goat house over here. Come on, Paul. Matt. Matt. It's time to go to the next yard. I don't want you to get parasites. Paul. Come on, Paul. We're going in this yard. Come on. Matt. Come on with it. Polly, Polly. Polly, Polly. I need to get these cookers. We had a cookout down here, 4th of July, to hang out with Paul. So I wasn't so lonely. Mr. Lonely! And, yeah. I just gotta come back here and pick them up. Wow, this thing's growed up. Big time. Can't even get in here. I need to finish the other goat house. Paul! Matt! 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 Paul! Paul! Come on, Paul! I'm spilling your food. Paul! Follow your ears and your nose. Paul! 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 Here you go, Paul. I'm gonna put it in here in the goat house. Go in there. I'll back out this way so you can go in there. Go get it. All right. That was easier than last time. So oh, it's Smokey. That's who was crying. Smokey! It's okay, Smokey. So now I'll close off this yard. So he can't come back in here anymore. For at least 3 weeks. And, because all the parasites are over here now. Nope, can't come in here, Paul. Ow. I'll open the other gate though for you. This yard is off limits for 3 weeks. Gotta let the parasites die. So yeah, since we're probably never gonna see Trig again, I need to find my friend, the one I got the Nigerian males from, the purebreds, if she had any more males. But she doesn't at this time. So when she gets some, I'll probably get one. And then I'll just keep the two here for a little while. He knows how to get out. He wants back in this yard for some reason. He likes this yard. Probably because of that goat house I built them. There's a rabbit. Hello, rabbit. So let's go with rabbit. He's playing possum. Smokey! Get that rabbit. Meow. Smokey. 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 All right, Paul wants out of that yard. What's up, Paul? You can't come back over here yet. Not for 3 weeks. That's your yard now. For now. Ow. When I can afford to, I'll get the fencing guy over here to finish working on my fencing if I don't end up doing it myself. Which I really don't have time to do, so I'm gonna pay somebody else to do it for me. But of course, Sophie said she can do fence work. I mean, she did it on her dad's property. Whoa! Spider webs. Alright, Paul, I'm going to open up this gate for you. I need to close this gate off and put a new gate up there. Alright, there you go, Paul. What? You can't go in that yard. Crazy goat. That rabbit's still sitting there. Psst. Hi, Smokey. The rabbit's watching Smokey, probably. Let's see if I can throw a stick over there and get the rabbit to jump. Well, that didn't work. Well, damn. I see you, rabbit. He's like, this is not the rabbit you're looking for. Your Jedi mind tricks won't work on me. But they might, because actually you're not the rabbit I'm looking for. Smokey! There's a rabbit. Do you hunt rabbits? No? Meow. 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 It's not moving. It's funny. It's playing possum. Meow. Meow. Entrepreneurs and cars. Just uploaded a new video. Come on, Smokey. Anyway. So, after I got all these goats, I only had like 14 or 17 goats. He was talking about how it was my fault that the goats were dying because I got too many goats. And I was like, wait a minute, something's not right here. You know, I got 15 acres and I got 14 or 17 goats. I don't remember how many goats I had, but you can put up to 10 goats per acre. So I could have up to 150 goats. And he's saying that I got too many goats when I got only 17 at best. We'll just say 17. 17 goats. How is 17 goats too many goats for 15 acres when I could put 150 goats or up to 150 goats on this property, right? Didn't make any sense. Plus, we don't have a perimeter fence done yet, right? Haven't had it done for never. And the goats were roaming all over the place to eat. There's 25 acres behind us. They didn't care that our goats were back there eating their food, their weeds. We have 15 acres next to us. He didn't care. We had farmers around that were growing stuff that they weren't worried about the goats eating because the goats typically don't eat that stuff. And so it was no big deal. There he is. And, but the goats are still dying. And he blamed me. He was like, you got too many goats. And that's why they're dying. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. So I started doing my own homework because I didn't know crap about goats at the time. Ugh, spider webs. And mosquitoes probably drive me crazy. So I didn't know shit, right? So I started doing some homework. All I knew was what he told me and what I had Googled prior, right? And before they were his goats, so I didn't really care too much. It was his problem, his responsibility. I just bought fencing for his goats, you know? It's like, here I was buying all this stuff for his goats, and he acted like he didn't care. Well, he acted like he cared, but he really didn't care. He pretended that he cared. Oh yeah, those coons. And, kitties. But he just let them die from worms, right? So, once I figured out that it was worms, you know, because I went and collected their poop and had them tested, they were loaded with parasites. Loaded. So, I got what we call the purple stuff. It's called Cydectin. And I gave it to David Ray to give to the goats, and he refused to give it to them. He's like, at the time, the name of the farm was DD&D, OffGrid Organic Farm and Retreat. because we were working on a sustainable community. We were working on being organic, blah, blah, blah. So he refused to give it to them because it was not organic. He's like, oh, we can't give them this. Otherwise, we can't call ourselves organic anymore. And it was such a challenge because goats kept dying and he wouldn't give them the sidectin, that I decided to take the organic out of the name. So we were no longer DD&D, off-grid, organic farm and retreat. We were just DD&D, off-grid, farm and retreat. All right, coons are dead, I think.